Oh, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Vinny's Corner. I'm your host, Vinny. Got my guy Cove here, and we've got a couple of special guests. So you guys probably remember my boy Showtime from last week, and we've got Caleb here. Fellas, you want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Caleb. It's good to be back on here and ready for a great time tonight.
Yep. If you guys check my social media, my X, you can see their accounts at Showtime _something. And Caleb, Panda, they're on the posts. You guys can see Vinny's Corner today. So if you want to give these guys a follow, see what they got going on, good sports accounts also. They like a couple of teams too.
Yep.
All right. So last week, guys, if you remember, the way the conversation went, so Showtime was here last week. We were talking about basketball, a little bit of hockey, and then right at the end of the show, Cove just comes in with like the ticking time bomb question, and he's like, yo, is NIL killing college football? And we're like, what? Oh my God. But the point is we realized that like this could be an entire episode, that this was a big discussion. And that's why we got the other fellas here with us tonight. Because we've got Showtime here. He is currently attending college, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm not going to get into your personal information, right? But so he's in college right now. He's a big college football fan. And then you've got Caleb, who's a huge Oregon Ducks fan. I went to WVU. I'm a big fan of my school. We kind of stink right now. It is what it is. But college football has always been something that's big. And this question was kind of a big thing. So we're just going to start right with that question. I'm going to open it up to you first, Caleb. Is the NIL hurting or killing college football? Why or why not?
I don't think it. I don't think it is, because players want to go wherever they want to go, and if the coaches are paying them, I don't think the problem.
So, okay, so Cove.
Yeah.
When you asked the question, what was your thought? Why do you feel like NIL is hurting college football?
Well, this is where I have like the other questions that go with it, that go more deeper into why I'm specifically talking about NIL.
Hey, listen, man, I'll turn it over to you, and you can just start asking the questions. Let's get to it. I'm here for it.
So, here's the examples. Do you believe schools with the deepest NIL resources have an unfair advantage in recruiting, like with coaching and development, and why?
So Showtime, let's start with you, man.
Look, NIL and development is a big thing in college football right now, obviously. It's like money speaks, and like how well you develop, in-house talent, and it's about the culture that you have there too. So it's not just money, but money is obviously a big say. So that's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, so now here's a question, and one of you guys could probably answer this better. Caleb will probably know exactly. On these teams, isn't there like essentially like the equivalent of like a salary cap? Like, can't each team only spend like X amount of dollars?
Yeah, salary cap. Yep. Salary cap. Yep.
What? So how much? What's that dollar amount?
Isn't it 25?
I wouldn't know exactly.
Neither.
I think it's
salary cap.
I think it's 25 million.
All right, let's get the NIL salary cap. Let's see what it says here. 20 point less. So it's 20.5 million annually.
20.5.
Okay, so officially each school can spend about $20 million on their football team officially. But now we go to like the other resources, right? So we look at the offseason that we just saw happen in the last portal.
But there is an error correction on that though. Schools may pay about 20.5 annually directly, but they may reach about 23 million. There's a way they can get the extra 3 million.
Well, and so
2.5.
here's actually the trick though, and this is what I was going to bring up now, Cove, right? So these are like the official numbers. Yeah. Now you've got big time boosters at these universities. So like in the example of Indiana, Mark Cuban just like came in and was like, oh, no doubt. Like, what's going on here? Like, let me help. Like, boom. And just funded the whole thing overnight. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so what happens is there's an official amount, right, that can go on the books and that they're allowed to put there. And then what these guys will do is these business people and these boosters will then go through back channels, right, and kind of funnel money to players in other ways, right? It might be something like
house, car, assets.
Exactly. Houses, cars, all that, right? So all these things come into play then, right? You know, so like it becomes one of these things now, like who can put together the best package? And it's a weird thing, right? When you look at it from the student athlete perspective, I don't know. I feel like it's fair for them, right? Because they put themselves on the line, and because the schools make a ton of money on them. But I don't know. So I don't know. This is a tough one.
And the direct payment, and the direct payment didn't start until 2025 before they started getting direct payments of the NIL.
It just it just became a thing where now in the last year, it literally became where like now college football is like a professional league, and it needs to be treated as such, and it's not. And so I'll say this to the broader question, and then obviously we can dive in more. But the way that it's hurting it, right? Imagine if free agency for the NFL opened during the playoffs.
Yeah, that's the twist.
That's what the NIL does, right?
Yep.
So the NIL just literally like people are just jumping in the portal and just leaving schools like in the middle of the playoffs.
That was hurting the college football. During the playoffs.
And even coaches too. Like we saw that with Ole Miss.
With Ole Miss, literally coaches not being able to, you know, and so in that regard, I think it's definitely had the ability to hurt college football for what we think about it like as a legacy, like what college football was.
For sure, yeah.
Now college football is becoming a professional sport. So it's like we have to like reframe how we look at it, I think.
Yeah, and also it's years, like
I didn't know this until I looked into it.
So what's the next one, Cole?
Just for the 1 second here, there's two NIL deals. The two top deals. One is a college football player. The other is a college basketball player.
Okay, Jeremiah Smith.
Jeremiah Smith.
Is it Smith, the college basketball player?
No, well, so Smith would be the football player.
It's AJ Dubansky. He gets $4.4 million.
Dubansky for BYU.
Yeah, Jeremiah Smith makes $4.2 million, just shy of him. But $4 million, like $4 million to go to a college. And what's the number one draft pick get paid out in the NFL?
Mendoza.
Yeah, but what's the
rookie contract?
Oh,
yeah, what's the rookie contract for the number one draft pick? There is a few million for the number one draft pick. I just can't think of how much it is. But you look at Arch Manning; he has the choice of going into the draft or making, and I think I found out he's making $6.6 million to go back to college.
Well, so like, here's what I think. I think it's good. So now the fact that what you just raised, I think that's one of the aspects I think is this is actually beneficial to the NFL in some regards, because now a player will say, hey, I don't have to rush out the door next year I can make $5 million for one more, or I can make $3 million for one more year, and like hone my skills, right? So like what's your quarterback's name, Caleb?
Dante Moore.
Perfect example, right? So Dante Moore, if he could come out in this draft, and he would go in this draft, and he would be in the first round, but he would go he would be a flop.
Yeah.
He needs another year. So now he can say, okay, well, I'm going to make a few $1 million. So like I can still make money, right? So he doesn't feel the pressure to jump out early to start to make the money that he needs to make, right? Because he's making a few million in college, right? So I think in that regard, like it's good. You know,
there's also like a flip side to it. Like if you're a guaranteed number 1 pick, like you're gonna get drafted. You're going to the draft instead of, you know, staying.
Well, yeah, of course, right? Like if you're like, so look, when Mendoza gets drafted by the Raiders and signs his rookie contract, it's going to be something like $54 million. I just looked it up, $54.5 million. And depending on what he's got going on with his contract and or his agent and everything, he could have 30 million of that guaranteed.
Right.
So that's pretty substantial. So, you know, you're not going to forego that.
No.
But when you're like, hey, I don't know where I'm going to go. I might go in like the middle of the pack, and I'm going to go to a shitty team. It might be in my best interest.
Exactly. Depending on whatever you get offered in the NIL. If you get offered more in the NIL instead of getting drafted, you know, it's a discussion.
Like it makes total sense for Dante to take another shot at college to see if he can maybe advance, maybe win a national title, advance his skills, right? He's got another year of experience, which he clearly needs. He can still make, you know, a few $1 million this season coming up, right? And he can only, right? The way that the season ended, he hurt his valuation.
Yeah,
right?
you can't end your season on that.
So now he can go back.
Semifinals,
Exactly. He can work on
and it was like his first year as a starter.
Good. Like, unfortunately, like Chambliss wanted to go back. They didn't approve it. Right. The extra year. But I think he's ready.
Yeah, he's definitely ready. Yep.
I think he would. I think he is. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So yeah, so when I look at the comparison, it's a number 1 draft pick is between 38 and 49 million for the deal, and between 25 and 32 million up front for the signing bonus. But NIL will only give you 7 mil at the most.
Oh, yes, the numbers aren't comparable, but the point is, right, before the NIL, that college athlete was making $0.0 officially, right? So as soon as they saw the opportunity, they were like, no, I'm declaring I'm going to the NFL.
Exactly.
Now they're like, wait a minute, you know what? I'm not quite ready, and I'll make $2 million next year. I'll stay. I'll go back to school. I'll make a few $1 million, and then I can go, hopefully, right? Have a better year. So, like, there's pros and cons. What do you think, Caleb?
Yeah, she should stay another year and compete for a championship. Yeah, and I think he's staying for the money too.
Caleb's just saying that because he's an Oregon fan, if you guys didn't know that. He just wants his guy to compete for a championship. Nothing wrong with that. All right, Cove, what's up? What we got?
Okay. Let's see where we're at. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, this kind of is a quick one. Should there be limits on how much individual players can earn from groups or teams' collective NIL deals to prevent arms races between wealthy programs?
I think there should be a limit, yeah.
What do you think, Showtime?
That's a tough one. Honestly, I don't know on that one. That's a tough one.
It is tough. Here's the thing, right? So once you start putting restrictions on
it gets super complicated.
And then it goes back to like what it was before, right? Where now you're like, what is somebody going to get penalized if they get overpaid or if they like I don't know. I think that now that they've let the cat out of the bag, like it's out. You can't go back.
It's hard to limit how much one player can make, I think. Like,
you just have to figure out ways to regulate it as best you can, which and it's not going to be easy. It almost feels like the NCAA is not going to be like NCAA football may not be a thing in 10 years.
Yeah.
Like college football will still be, but it'll be a different organization running it. Like they'll form a professional league like with the SEC and Big Ten exclusively, their referees, whatever else, officiating crews. Like something's going to change, it feels like.
So number 3 is, how do you view the rise of mega NIL payouts, like rumored 10 million, changing the way elite prospects make college commitments?
Prospects.
Well, it's already I think it's already happening, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, how do you view it though? Like, how do you view it though? With these guys getting like 6-7 million and changing schools every year and whatnot.
I mean, a good example of that is Darian Mensah, how he transferred from Tulane to Duke last year, and this year he transferred from Duke to Miami. That's one example for sure.
Yeah, and the Washington quarterback from the Huskies tried to transfer, but he's staying.
Yeah.
And so there are examples like some players are like, hey, I like this culture, I like this program, I'm gonna stick with it. But like I can't fault any one of these athletes for trying to maximize because what if they don't make it in the NFL, or what if they get hurt, right? They're just the way they're thinking is, oh, you know what, if I can make 10-15 million in college, I can set my life up, and I can't knock that.
For sure. And that's part of that's part of why Darian Mensah went to Miami, because he's seen how Miami develops quarterbacks, and he's getting 10 mil in NIL or something like that, total. So I mean, we've seen what Cam Ward did. He became the number 1 overall pick, and Carson Beck looked very serviceable.
Dude, he looked like a new guy. Is that
sure?
Their thing?
Yeah, I mean, once he got hurt at Georgia, you wouldn't know if he would play football again. Seriously.
Is Miami's thing is this new regime? Is this a quarterback school now? They've
gotten a transfer quarterback 3 years in a row. So
yeah, dude, it's going to be interesting to see. They're going to be good this year again for sure.
Yeah, and they got his wide receiver 1 too. So
what we got, Coach?
But this is where the twist is. Do you think lesser known players are being overshadowed in recruiting because programs chase the highest earning NIL athletes?
I don't know. Right? Here's the thing. So if your roster, you can only spend X amount of, they have a salary cap, right? So if they go and get that one elite guy, they still have to fill the rest of that roster, right?
Yep.
So that position may get overshadowed, but probably not, because usually the way that these teams are working anyway, they're going to have 3. They're going to have a depth chart, right? So there's going to be a first, a second, and a third team most likely.
And teams that build out those depth charts with those smaller amounts of money are the teams that are the better teams at the end. So.
Okay. Should college coaches be evaluated or compensated partly based on how well they navigate NIL recruitment versus players' development?
Well, that's interesting. So it's hard because, so if you used player development as a metric for compensation, you would have to set it up within the same calendar school year. Because of the way NIL works, you can't I don't know if I'm going to have that player next year.
All right.
Right?
Mhm.
So if you use that as a metric, then you would just have to do it, each individual season.
I think it's a mix of both, honestly.
Yeah, mix about probably. Yeah.
It would make sense, right?
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Here's the thing
But
that
I'm saying say if we get one coach, he gets $7 million, he gets a couple NIL deals, he gets a couple good players, he goes out and wins a national. So does he make more the next year because he did well with NIL to get that bonus?
Hey, Sam.
Howdy. How we doing?
What's up, Sam?
So Cove, I'm gonna just have you read that whole question again, and then we'll just let Sam be the first guy to answer. There you go.
Time to go. See ya.
Okay. So should college coaches be evaluated or compensated partly based on how well they navigate NIL recruiting versus player development?
It's a good question. It's a really good question. Really, I didn't see it. Good job. A little curveball there. I'm glad I get to answer it first. Anyway, so I like that kind of way of thinking because it seems like, I don't know. The coaches have been, like rock stars in college. They get paid so much. So it's hard for me to say yes, but I also think you've thrown them this NIL deal and now it's like the Wild West out there. So I feel like they should be kind of compensated for it. So I would lean towards yes for me there, only because, like I said, it's crazy out there. This whole NIL thing is absolutely nuts. And since they have to do all this extra work and whatnot, maybe they should be compensated. It's a little weird saying guys that are making above $10 million should be compensated, but this is, a whole different job entirely. So yeah, I think they should be.
You know what just popped in as Sam was saying that, what just popped into my mind? Like, what if they did what if a university said, like, based on your ability to retain your players, right? Like, so if you you have a 53-man roster, if you keep more than 80% of that roster, like, we will pay you this bonus. If you whatever, and they have like tiers, you know what I mean? Like something like that, like, because then it really pushes them to work on figuring out how to build a culture while dealing with the NIL and dealing with free agency in college football.
I like it.
So next one is, do you feel NIL incentives have shortened or lengthened players' college careers before entering the NFL draft?
Caleb, you want to take it away?
I don't know.
Not sure?
Not sure. Yeah.
What do you think, Showtime?
It's a tough one too. It could be either or, honestly.
Sam?
I think it has, and I think it's hurt them in other ways too. Did you know, like, looking at it, ever since they started the whole NIL thing, and even a little bit before then, the players transferring so much that you used to be able to draft an offensive lineman, and you'd have a 58% chance that he would be a week one starter. That's above half, right? Ever since this whole thing started, that number has dropped to 51%. I got that from The Athletic. Like, it's getting harder and harder to draft guys and put them in because they don't stay in one system the whole time. They go, well, I'm not playing, so I'm going to go play for this guy. Maybe he's just teaching them one thing. The college systems are just screwing with these guys. So, but as far as to your question, I think.
So that's kind of interesting. So you're saying that because of the lack of continuity in like their coaching and like in their development as college players, they're coming into the NFL more unprepared.
Yes. Look at our left guard, not to talk about my no-name small market team here, but look at our our right guard, Peter Skronsky. Drafted him the first year, nothing. He was a top 10 pick. Second year, nothing. third year, he finally just popped, and he was discussing it in the locker room. And he says, I was totally unprepared. I was more unprepared than I've ever been. And he goes, and it's not just, wow, this is the NFL and it's for big boys. It was, wow, it's the NFL for big boys. And I wasn't putting my hands in the right place and my feet weren't set correctly. Like some of this is just fundamental stuff down that you should be learning brass tacks. And when you go
Caleb Williams.
Right, exactly. So you're getting these guys are just getting shipped around. And then the guy's like, you know what? You do well pass blocking. But as we all know, in big boys, you've got to block. You've got to do all these different kinds of jobs. You got to help out the right tackle. You might have to help out the center. There's a hell of a lot more. So, you know, it's just a mess is what it is. It's a mess.
So the point that you just raised, like that I didn't even think about, and now it's got me thinking, what it feels like or what it almost sounds like, right? If you're like a superstar, if you're like the cream of the crop, guy who's going to be a round one pick in the NFL, it doesn't really affect you too much. You're still going to get there and you'll have time to figure it out. But for like the lower guy, the later round draft guy, the guy who may not make a draft pick, the guy who needs to hone his skills still, these guys are kind of missing out because of the almost the burn and churn culture that started to come into, I mean, free agency in college football.
Correct. Okay. I think that's just how I just think that's how it is right now. And, you know, I'm sure there are other people. This was just stuff I had read, and I'm sure there's articles that push back against that as well. But I mean, it makes a lot of sense when you think about it, about these guys moving from school to school and getting into the pro system. Hey, and it's affecting wide receivers as well. There's plenty of wide receivers that have gone on record. You could look it up. Where they have said the college system has screwed us because it's just not prepared them for the NFL. It has not prepared them for the fundamentals to be 100% sound. It's a mess, an absolute mess.
Yeah.
So that goes with my next one has the presence of NIL changed locker room dynamics or players' relations on teams?
Definitely.
Oh, 100%. 100% it has.
For sure.
Yeah.
Right. You're getting a team, right? So you're getting some of these teams have 20, 30, they turn over almost a whole new roster in the offseason. Yeah. So you get to the locker room for spring ball and have 0.000 chemistry in your locker room to start out the season every year.
It's ridiculous. It also goes against the cliche. I'm going to do an episode on my podcast, Fanboys Unleashed, called the anti-sports cliche. And the first one I'm going after is run it back, because you never really run it back. You kind of run it back, but it's not the same. In very rare instances do you actually run it back because the roster turnover is, jumbled.
Oh, who's this?
Who's that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's no one, but here you go.
Oh,
since you didn't get Giannis,
this guy just sent this picture in. This is what Cove is doing in his time.
Oh, wow.
This is what Cove.
Wah, wah, wah.
Oh my God.
Cove just wanted to break it up and break my balls a little bit. For anyone who didn't know, I'm a Knicks fan, and so
you'll be fine, Chief. Okay, you'll be fine.
They're going overtime right now.
Right,
he was not expecting the New York traffic. Okay, how might school-sponsored NIL opportunities influence a player's decision to stay longer rather than pursue an NFL career?
I mean, we're already getting endorsed, right? How much longer before we're going to it's becoming NFL light. You guys see they're hiring GMs at colleges. Eventually what comes next, right? When you sign this contract, you're going to stay at this college for 3 or 4 years. There'll be terms. There'll be terms. There'll be endorsement deals. There already are endorsement deals, but even more endorsement deals. I mean, it's going to be a thing. Look, and I don't want to say this like I'm just being like, college football is dead or whatnot. It's just changing. It's just changing. You know, and people have to accept it, because I am all for the players getting what they're owed. I'm totally for that. No problem with it whatsoever. But there's going to have to be some sort of restrictions on this transfer portal. There's got to be some sort of restriction.
Yep.
Yeah, like when you guys get to go, it's got to be some restriction on how long you get to keep them on the team. There's got to be some law and order here, because I mean, these guys are jumping and going every which way.
Well, this is how we started out the show, talking about the biggest point, right? Imagine free agency opened up the same week as the wild card.
Right.
Yeah.
What? Like, what are you talking about? And so, like, the NIL has made college football a professional league, right? That is the reality of it now. And with that being said, like, the NCAA and the traditional way that it's been governed no longer works. Like, they need to appoint like a commissioner. They need to they need to appoint they need to follow suit on like a professional league and build it as such.
Yeah.
Right. Because
like,
the
for
NCAA,
example, there should be a deadline to transfer, and not have it be during the playoffs. Because that's just
you can't have like a board of directors with guys that like sit from each college. Like, you have to get an actual commissioner to come in now. Like, it's a pro league.
Right. Yep. And the NCAA has no balls whatsoever. Because if they because you're going to have something, like these colleges are going to have to come together going, look, we're going to hurt the product overall if we don't try to figure out something. And then you have these college football purists or whatever, and you'll have to tell them, well, the NFL's won because you guys, I mean, you're just like us, just minor league. Because that's what you'll become if it stays this way, and even worse so, really. I said they should have just when they first started talking about doing this, I said they should just flat rate everybody. They should just say, $5 million, $3 million is all you get, and just call it. And you can make whatever endorsement deals you want. But nope, everybody's got to make different, and everybody's got to have a bidding war, and stinks. And just wait till they start doing what we want them to do, start making rules. Because I do believe that's going to happen. There's going to be some sort of governing body, something to kind of get a hold on this. And when they do, those players are going to absolutely flip because they're not going to get as much as the guys that were before them, and so on and so on. Oh, man, I have to stay at Oklahoma all year. Darn,
Well, so listen, obviously there's a million other sports. So the NCAA as a whole is not going anywhere. But the NCAA and the relationship with football as we know it is going to be completely 5 years from now. It's going to look completely different. Yep. It may be as simple as, like I said, just them appointing a governor, right? Yeah. Or a commissioner, right? That reports to the NCAA and is independent of all of the universities, right? Something like that. But something has to give, because right now it's literally the Wild West.
Yeah, it is. It's crazy. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, just for a personal example, there was a quarterback out of Arizona State whose name eludes me at the moment. And the Vols, my Tennessee Volunteers, tried to get a hold of him, and he met with them. And then at the last second, Lane Kiffin jerk calls in from LSU and steals him away with a better money offer, just like it's nothing. Like the negotiation meant absolutely nothing. So it's like, okay, well, there's no rules or whatever, so you're just going to have to play dirty too. And I just think that stinks. It's not just – this is just one story. Like, it's not just me bemoaning the Vols situation. It's happening all over the place. All over the place. This is just one example.
It's literally – that is the new landscape of college football. There is no one-off, everybody – down, and I'm glad you brought this guy's name into the fold just now, because he's actually a great example, right? Lane Kiffin, when we have even the coaches completely just looking out for what's in their best interest, right? Financially, then how can we
100%.
think the kids are going to do any different?
Right.
Right.
And this
So
Well, I talked about this. I was on a pod, and they had Blaine Bishop. He was a Titan safety for years and years, and he says what's happening now is kids aren't going to play as hard as they used to in the NFL, right?
Mhm.
He goes, because I would die on that field. That's how he put it to me. It gave me goosebumps. He goes, I would die on that field to play as hard as they
Mhm.
do. These kids are going to be like, well, that depends on how much money I'm going to make. So
exactly.
mhm.
Exactly. Yep.
It's just like the NBA.
Yep.
NBA also. Yep.
It's funny because I live in SEC country, obviously, and I kind of had to tell all my friends, all over the place as far as SEC schools. And I told them straight up, they kept saying, oh, it's okay. I can't believe we've lost 2 national championships to somebody, blah, blah, blah. And I kind of gave them the speech from Scent of a Woman by Al Pacino. Their spirit is dead. If they ever had one, it's gone. Like, it's done. It's over.
Mhm.
All the other college teams are doing what we were doing for years under the table. And now everybody's doing it, and it's out in the open now. So you're going to have to do something different.
Yeah, definitely different. Yeah.
Well, and so like I think that's where like having the big time boosters behind you, because at the end of the day, right, there's that number that they can only go to, but then there's the house that they give the kid and the new Lamborghini and every like to come play at the school, like they can do all that stuff, and that's what the boosters can just give it to them.
Correct. The deals made. One of the deals was for every football game, I need my entire family, not just his mom and dad and brother and sister, his entire family, uncles, cousins, and everything else need to be flown out first class. No joke. This was part of the deal. Flown out first class to every single game. So they have to buy like almost a whole section per every game. And they're like, sure, cool. Yeah, we'll do it. And it's like, what are we doing here? Like, it's just madness to me. Absolute madness. I can't even remember which the player was, but I want to say it was a player for LSU. And they're just like, yeah, sure, load him up. Like, okay, so you're going to buy team seats every game? Like, what are we talking about here? Crazy. Sorry, I'm really opinionated on this issue. So,
and that actually, that's exactly. So our buddy Hot Take was unable to join us, unfortunately. But when I told him where the conversation went last week, he was like, "Oh, reach out to Sam. Like, he will want to talk about this 150%."
Oh, I do. Yeah.
I'm glad to have you tonight.
Thanks. I get into arguments about it all the time. All the time.
And Cove, what is this picture? What is he doing? He's just being a jerk now. Huh?
What is that?
Is he wearing a hat? I thought he was a ginger or something.
Oh my God.
What is that, Trump?
Yeah, that's what it says, Vinny.
Okay, Cove J. Trump. Okay, sir.
He's a beautiful bald man, though, like most of my coaching staff right now. So, bald man.
As we get into, because we have some Super Bowl talked about too, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. We got a Seahawks fan on with us tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right here. Yep.
He's already started celebrating. He's already drunk already, just out the gate.
There you go, Vinny.
That's
You
not
guys,
very nice.
you guys see how he spends his time?
Yeah. We don't deserve AI. Well, some people.
I'm a Giants fan, obviously.
I had one of your fans talking bad smack. They're like, deal with Nagy, Titans fans, and then they hired Nagy, and I was like, I had to send him. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Somebody asked me yesterday how I felt about that, and I was like, well, the Chiefs went and got their old OC back, the guy before him.
Be enemy.
which tells me
Be
that he's
enemy.
ass.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, you know, like, why would you go to the one before him? Like, that, like what? That tells me this guy is no good. I don't know. So
I have no clue. None.
I'm not like exactly excited for it, but I think that the overall coaching staff and now the players that we have, I think that we'll come out of. I think that we're gradually coming out of like being, you know, as bad as your team.
I feel the same way. Look, all you have to do is go up to Robert Saleh. Look, bud, all you have to do is win more than 3 games, and you're a hero. Okay, we'll build you a damn statue in Nashville if you want.
I feel like Cam Ward is actually a good quarterback.
Yeah,
He is.
definitely. There's definitely weapon around him.
When they got rid of Callahan, get this, they get rid of Callahan, they go into the bye week, and then instead of being wishy-washy, he was 10 touchdowns and 1 interception without Callahan. Like that,
Crazy.
yeah.
Coaching makes such a difference.
It does. It does. And people whine. Some people in the national media whined because they were like, "Oh, I can't believe they fired another coach midseason." I'm like, "Well, are you going to hire him? You think he's great?" You know, like Dan Orlovsky's up there going, you know, Callahan just throwing him the side. I'm like, oh, all right, Dan, which team would like him to sign up for? Isn't he currently looking for an OC job right now, and he can't find one because he sucks? Like, what kind of question is that? You know,
I listened to ESPN. I listened to the show Unsportsmanlike.
right?
And they always have Dan on as like a guest, right?
Right.
You know, all the ESPN guys do the rounds with each other on
Oh,
all their
yeah.
shows, all the same people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Dan comes on and he's like the quarterback like guru.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, this guy was such a crappy quarterback. He was a journeyman on like 5 different teams. What are we talking about here? Why am I listening to a guy who was a mid-level quarterback talk about quarterbacks and what it means to be good? If
Yeah,
he
you
was
get-
never good.
You get way more from like Kurt Warner or somebody like that. Like, you know,
Somebody who had a peak.
right.
Like Orlovsky was just like this the whole time.
Right. Now, Dan, the only thing that like Dan is really good at like signaling in on fundamental errors or lack of fundamentals. Like I'll give him credit for that. But when he starts to, because ESPN, you have to have this take. You have to have something that gets clicks. You have to do this. Like it has to be a direct thing or whatever. And then, you know, and because you're the big boys, you never have to apologize for being wrong. Not even once. Like you could just say whatever you want, and then people on Twitter will light you up. Doesn't matter, you know. Doesn't matter. Nick Wright does it constantly. Constantly wrong. It's the same with Mel Kiper. Why the hell does everybody act like Mel Kiper's a genius? Why? He misses constantly. He whines constantly.
I drive in my car listening to these shows on the radio.
Oh,
And then when I stop, I go right onto Twitter. I go right to their pages. I'm like, yo, what is this guy retarded? Like, where did you get this guy from? He doesn't know anything.
So, like Stephen A. Smith is like also another example of that.
Oh, Lord.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's a
he's
joke.
the worst.
It's a joke. You can't take anything he says seriously.
Steven thinks if he
Bayless
yells
too.
it, it's important. So he just yells it. Like, absolutely. Well, I'm just not in the mood. I'm just not in the mood to deal with it. You know, happy birthday to you. I don't care. You know, just whatever. And
Dude, what is this?
who is that supposed to be?
Is that Malik Willis?
All right. Listen, yo, Coach
That
is
guy's about
pretty
to get
elite.
paid.
The AI, though, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know where he gets it from, but I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I try and make Grok or like Chat GPT create me a picture, and it like gives me an error message back. I'm like,
Hey, Gemini.
I am not allowed to share my baby oil Donald J. Trump photo. It won't let me share it.
We're not going to
It's
share
made
it.
it, but
We're
it
not
won't
going to
share
talk
it.
about it. We're not going to do the baby oil. It's not
listen,
going to happen.
man, it knows it's the wrong thing. So we got Super Bowl 60 coming up this Sunday. The Seattle Seahawks are a fairly heavy favorite, like minus 225, give or take, right?
Yeah, 4
minus
points.
400?
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I look at it the different ones. Sorry, I know nothing.
Like,
Go
what?
continue.
But yeah, so like
We're out of NIL. I know nothing now. That's fine.
they're a fairly heavy favorite. But then we've got the Patriots, right? Come from the winningest organization, I guess, in football, in modern Super Bowl era football, right?
I can hear the Giants on your tone too. I guess the winningest,
I mean, they're all right. I wasn't surprised that Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick didn't get. No, I'm only kidding. I was mortified when they both did not get into the Hall of Fame. I couldn't believe that.
Oh, it's horrible.
Tom Brady's getting in first ballot.
Maybe. I don't know anymore.
At this point, you don't know. You don't know.
Because all it takes is 11 reporters to go, well, we didn't let Bill in.
Dude, I just can't. I don't know, man. That was wild. But
look, I don't like the guy either, but it doesn't stop him from being great. Sorry.
Right. And with that being said, Robert Kraft is such a great owner that players that he employed years and years and years ago have come back to coach, and that player has taken his new team to the Super Bowl, right? And so we've got a bunch of young studs led by Drake May from UNC, where Bill Belichick now coaches, coincidentally. And they're ready to face Sam Darnold, who is the heavy favorite to win Most Valuable Player, leading the Seattle Seahawks in Super Bowl 60 this weekend in San Francisco.
Twilight Zone.
Wow.
Just weird.
Imagine, if you will, a ginger quarterback.
Very different. Now, so Cove, I'll turn it over to you, man. Take her away.
Yeah. Okay.
Today. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey. So, which player's performance this season makes them the most likely to decide the outcome of the Super Bowl?
What was that? The question? Okay, I thought there was more. Okay,
if they have a big game, if they have the big game,
who's going to have the biggest game based on what they did this season?
Yeah.
Sometimes the way Cove words things, I have to reword it in my brain because I get confused.
He started looking up in the sky, and I was like, "When you wish upon a star."
So, listen, I'll tell you, it feels like, for the Patriots side of the ball, obviously we've heard a lot of stuff about Drake May's shoulder. I don't know how serious or not serious that is, but as of now, it's being reported that he's playing as normal. He needs a guy like, and this is kind of an interesting one, but he needs a guy like Steph Diggs to show up big time in the Super Bowl. Like a guy like Steph, who hasn't had that many receptions in recent games, needs to show up. Like, he's got to have 6-7 receptions and a touchdown kind of performance.
Drake's O-line needs to show up too, then.
For sure.
But that's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah, against that Seattle pass rush, that's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
Drake's going to be running for his life. And he needs a receiver who's present of mind to come back to him and get that ball. Literally, he's going to have to get rid of it fast a lot.
I think
Seattle's
Hunter Henry can be like his safety blanket for sure, I think.
I like Hunter Henry.
The Seahawks are really good at shutting down the short pass game too.
Yeah.
That was how they beat a lot of people this year, including made the 49ers look silly. They didn't try to put somebody. They only had, I think, one safety back there for most of the game. They just played short. We're not going to let you throw it short. We're not going to give you the intermediate. We're not going to give you the drag. You're going to have to throw it over our heads to get it there. And
here's the thing. And so that goes back to exactly what I'm saying. That's why a guy like Steph has to show up.
Yeah, he does. He's got to be the receiver. Because
because so a guy like Hunter Henry, right? Their running backs have actually shown up big time for them in the end of the season and the postseason. That's exactly what Seattle is going to minimize and shut down quick. So they're going to have to look for those explosive plays here and there.
I mean, another guy, like a big play guy that the Patriots have had, well, not like all season, but a big play guy that they have is Kyle Williams, like their rookie wide receiver. He can make big
Kyle
plays.
Williams, yep.
Yeah.
He's like a downfield guy.
Here's my thing, and I kind of look at it through. I think we all pay attention to JSN. We're all going to pay attention to Drake. You always talk about Drake May's shoulder, but y'all never talk about how great that man's jawline is. Look at that thing. Anyway, so the one that's in my head, and I can't shake it. It's just a gut feeling. I think this game is really going to hinge on Kenneth Walker. I think
Kenneth Walker. Yep.
I think if he starts getting going, especially in the third quarter or something like that, the Patriots are in deep crap. And we've seen him take over games this year before. It wouldn't surprise me if he starts to take over one.
He's been huge in Charbonnet's absence. He's been huge.
Yeah.
Massively.
And when the better game that he has, the less pressure there is on Sam Darnold, and Sam performs better. That's right. I had to link those dots, as I was saying it, because I'm slow sometimes.
Right.
But
no, it's okay.
That's so you're 100% right, man. You're 100% right about that. Good call.
I can't shake it. It's just something I have this feeling that this game, if he's going to be a main factor in it. But I have the Seahawks winning, by the way, 21-17. But something happens near the end of the game to blow it wide open. A JSN catch, Kenneth Walker run, something like that's going to happen. There's going to be a hole somewhere that they exploit. I just don't know where.
I feel like it's going to be a special teams play.
Oh, you mean like a Rashid Shaheed?
Rashid Shaheed, yeah. Special teams.
I think they're going to be down, and he's going to come through with the major play, and that defense is going to be like, all right, good night.
Yeah,
it's like we're not letting this go.
And he didn't even need to score a touchdown. Like if he gets 60 yards, 70 yards on a return, it's like, oh crap. You know what I mean? Like,
listen, man, you saw this whole playoff. Coach McDonald
had a farm.
They trust Sam Darnold. They trusted him all playoffs, and Sam has cooked all playoffs.
How good is that Seahawks GM too, man? He is
dude, they're also I'm actually really my wife's a Raiders fan. I'm really happy for the Raiders, for my wife and the Raiders organization getting Clint Kubiak and Mendoza at the same time, right after they just got Bowers and Genty. I'm low key happy for her.
That's a really good offensive. That's a really good offensive core.
Yeah, that's a really good offensive core. Yep.
And more importantly, they get to build. First of all, it's a blank canvas, right? It's kind of like the same down here in Tennessee, right? It's a blank canvas for you to build it any way you want. For the Raiders, it's even more so because where I've got a year in with my quarterback, they're going to start brand new. And all these guys get to learn together, play together, and in some cases, coach together. So it's going to be an interesting time. Yeah, it's going to be exciting down in Oakland. I do believe that. I'm not saying next year, oh, here they come, or anything like that. But I think in a couple of years, you'll start seeing them start to stack W's.
Something to look forward to.
Correct.
A bright spot. Exactly.
So real quick, Cove, before you jump into the questions, Sam shared his pick and his score, 21-17 Seahawks. Cove, what's your score and pick?
Well, if you've noticed, my name's changed again for the multiple time.
Reverse 28.
Wow.
Woo, doggy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm taking a shot in the dark. You're going to go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks 34-28. I said 28-3.
Reverse.
For the reverse. They're going to be down 28-3, and the Seahawks is going to turn around.
All right, what about you, Showtime?
I'll take Seahawks 30-24.
30-24 Seahawks. Seahawks fan himself, Caleb.
Yep. 34-20 Seahawks, and my MVP and most valuable player would be Sam Darnold or Kenneth or JFN.
Homer take.
Listen, man, I love that. I love it for him.
Me too. No, I'm here for it. I just wanted to be annoying.
Of course, I fully believe. I want to think that the Patriots are there. I don't think they are yet. I think that next year the Patriots are going to be right back here, though.
Yes.
Definitely, yeah.
This feels like the end of a fairy tale story. My guy Sam Darnold is going to be the MVP of Super Bowl 60, and that's just going to be, 3 touchdowns. Sam's going to throw for 3 touchdowns and 350 yards and be the Super Bowl MVP. I'm here for it. Final score, I'm very close to Caleb. I went 31-20 for the Seahawks.
How many fumbles does Drake May have in the Super Bowl?
Dude, listen, a shoulder injury, even if you try and mask it, when you have a 290-pound man running at you full speed and hitting you,
it hurts.
That ball might come out.
Right. I'm just saying, boy has fumble problems. I'm just saying.
Hey, he's good. He's not great. He's like a old Josh Allen.
Yeah, Vince won't show you my MVP. I just shared it.
Oh, hold on.
Oh Lord.
There you go.
Oh, Lord. Hold on.
Awkward.
I do not condone this man. And
what kind of show are we running here? What kind of show are we running
my
here?
My boy Diddy Cove over there. I don't know what he's doing. All right, back to the questions, man. Oh, hey, honey. My wife and daughter just got home.
So, how much weight should the recent postseason momentum carry in this playoffs? Because you all said Seahawks, right? So are the Seahawks just going to continue momentum and just run right over New England, or?
I think it's a dead struggle until the second half sometime.
Yeah, second half, yeah.
Something happens in the third. So I think the second half.
Third, fourth quarter, yep.
We're going to wow.
So my bad, Sam. I think I accidentally muted you.
I was like, I knew I'm annoying, but damn.
No, I didn't do that on purpose. My daughter's
I get it.
At arm's reach.
I get it.
Exactly what Sam is saying, I think is spot on. I feel like it's going to be a close game. And what I was saying, because I do think a special teams return is going to happen in this game. I'm hyped for it. I'm all for it. But I feel like there's going to be a punt return and it's going to blow the game wide open. It's just never going to, once that happens, it's never going to be looked back. It's going to be like a tie game type thing. Boom, that's going to happen. And then all of a sudden, the Seahawks are just never going to give it back.
Yeah. Something it could be like that too. Or all right, the Patriots need to do something here. And then Drake has that horrible mistake, like a pick six or a fumble. And it just,
pick six or a fumble. Yep.
What's her name, Vinny?
This is Sophina.
Hi, Sophina.
Hey, girl. She just comes over so she can mess up my laptop.
Hey, I get it. I get it.
Go find mommy.
I got 2 Halo lights over here that my twin girls like to click on and off, on and off, on and off. Come over here. Sometimes they're pink or green, and I'm like, click, 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 click. I have to go through the whole rotation to get them back.
Yeah. Okay.
She's my biggest joy. No doubt about it.
I get it. I get it, man. Yep.
All right, so what we got, Cove?
Vince, you didn't even notice I just pulled a pug out of my pocket?
We were looking at someone's child. Okay, let's take it easy.
No, but as long as you know me, Vince. Yeah.
She's like, come here. Oh, puppy.
Yeah.
Look at that little pupper face.
Yeah, you know, pugger.
What
Mhm.
is going
Can't
on?
go
What?
pick up.
What? What are we doing?
What?
What happened?
Stop. Okay. So predict a key statistical battle, like that will be in the Super Bowl.
Rushing
Mhm.
yard.
Like, you know, like who's going to get the most yards, who's going to get the most running yards, like key stat here.
Sam said it. Rushing yards. I think the team who wins the
Send it,
running
Walker.
battle,
Yep.
the team who wins the game.
Mhm.
I think whoever wins the
but
turnover
who's
battle.
going to run what? Like, you know, is Drake?
Wait,
gonna
hold on. Say that again,
I think
Showtime.
whoever wins the turnover battle wins the game. Honestly,
Oh, that's a good one.
Turnover battle. Yep.
whoever turns the ball over less for sure.
Yeah.
It's going to be a mix of things. It's going to be exciting. This is what I was saying to Caleb before. I don't have a dog in the fight, so like I'm actually excited, and it's not like the Chiefs. So like I'm genuinely. I don't want to sound like a hater. Like I love to watch good football. Like the
Sure.
Chiefs have been awesome, etc. But this is exciting. It's like this Patriots team is not that Patriots team. This is a
Exactly,
new Patriots
yep.
team.
Mhm.
It's not
Yep.
Vrabel. It's not Belichick. It's a new squad, you know. And this Seahawks team, it's just awesome. Literally, they're
Yeah.
being led by Sam Darnold.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like probably the best story ever. Like this is one of the
Yeah.
best football stories ever.
Mhm.
Did you guys ever think you would see quarterbacks start peaking in year 5?
no.
You know what I mean? Like,
No, I did not say
Hell no.
that.
I can only think of 2 examples: Baker Mayfield and him. Those are the only 2
Yeah.
I could think that like statistically got really good at year 5. It's crazy to me, absolutely crazy. Because the old adage was at year 3 you knew what a quarterback was. He was
Yeah.
who he was at that point. And now we got guys appearing of year 5, and Sam Darnold starting out with the Jets, seeing ghost everywhere, is now in the
Mhm.
Super Bowl. It is absolutely stunning to me.
Mhm.
Well, like
That's what change of
okay,
scenery
so-
can do.
now, Sam, actually, and this
Mhm.
is interesting. I think actually this everyone can relate to this. Sam, you're a parent. These guys are a little bit younger than us, so they came up a little bit different. Everyone will be able to relate to
Young
this.
whippersnappers.
So the way that the athletes on these teams like relate to their coaching staff
Mhm.
and like
Mhm.
the way that they connect with everybody, it's different now.
Yep.
So
Right.
like when they were like back in the day, it was like you're going to work, like you'll do your job and you'll do it good. Like
Right.
you'll go like, at any team in any organization, whatever. Now they'll go and it's like if it's not a good organization, if it's not this, if it's the wrong coaching, it like they need the right situation, you know?
Right. Yeah.
That's how they were raised.
Mhm.
Right. So like
Yeah.
if they're not like that's how they came up. They didn't come up like having to figure it out. Right. Like, these quarterbacks now, right? They go into camp at like a young age. Everything's being tailored to them their whole lives, really, right? So they don't face a lot of adversity. They need to get with the right people when they get there. So that's what happens. Some of them face adversity and wash out. Some don't, and eventually pick it up when they get with the right coaching.
Yeah. No, there's that. And spending a year with KOC apparently is the trick
Yeah.
to finding good if your quarterback's good or not.
I
There
mean,
you go.
Danny Jones
Mhm.
spent 2 months with them and got a team.
Yeah.
But there you
feel-
go,
I
Vince. The next image is for the next question. How you feel about these guys getting a ring before anybody else?
Oh,
Is that Drew Lock?
their
Oh my
faces
God.
are kind of
Is that
scary.
good walk?
It's Drew Lock
No,
and Tommy DeVito.
Yo.
Tommy
Hey.
DeVito might get a ring
Hey.
before
Hey,
Josh Allen.
just hearing that hurts my feelings.
Here's what I would like to say. I don't want to be a hater, and I don't mean to sound like a hater,
But
but Josh Allen's never going to win a ring.
Period. Thank you.
oh,
Okay,
he said
listen,
it. He said
here's
it.
a fact. only 30, something like 34 or 35. You can Google it. It's not that many because certain quarterbacks have won a lot of championships.
Mhm.
Only 34 or 35 different starting quarterbacks have ever won a Super Bowl. Why do I think Josh Allen is going to join those 35 people who have done it in the last 60 years? I don't.
He's not.
That's a
No.
super elite club of the best ever. I don't think he's that, but I do think
it's
that
not
he's
because
exciting
he's
to
not a
watch.
great quarterback. It's just
No,
he can't
he's
get over that.
That's not a good
no,
quarterback.
he's look at these playoff games, his performance in these playoff games. Everybody wants to bring up the catch over and over. If he doesn't have 4 turnovers, you're not in that position.
Mhm.
That's what it boils
Thank
down
you.
to for me.
Yep.
Because we have talked about that. Look, everybody should know this by now, but apparently it needs to be reevaluated every single game and every time. You have opportunities every football game. You either seize them or you don't.
Yeah.
You've had third down calls that you didn't hit. You had players that you overthrew. He definitely overthrew Kincaid, and that would have won it. There are opportunities there. You either seize them or you don't. You had chances all game. If it came down to a bad call, that's on you. So
I mean, look at his fumble before halftime in Jacksonville. That could have.
that was a 10-point swing.
Yeah.
Like unbelievable. I hate this beyond reproach. Like you can't point the finger at him, and then they make it beyond reproach when your owner comes out and decides to say that the coaching staff threw him onto the bus, and Keon Coleman shouldn't be here, and then he hires one of the said coaching staff to be the coach of the team. So it doesn't make any logical sense.
People just make a lot of excuses for Josh Allen, honestly.
I don't get it. Look, just say it.
Yeah.
Even Josh Allen said it best, right? I didn't play good enough. I said, there's a man with accountability. And everybody's like, no, Josh, no.
Yeah, like he owned up to it and everyone's defending him. Like, hello?
Oh, well, you know it comes my way because I've said this before. What do you know, Titans fan, about quarterback? I know bad football, and that's what he played. So,
Yeah.
just saying. Anyway,
He's the
sorry.
most
This
powerful
has been my
quarterback
TED
He
talk.
really is.
No,
Him
not
and
even my show.
Mahomes are coddled.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's just how it is, man. Drives me crazy.
Mhm.
This has been my TED talk. I feel very refreshed.
I'll be right back, guys.
Uh-oh.
Wow.
Your call is very important to us. What's the waiting song for Vinny? What would Vinny's waiting song be? Luck be a lady tonight. Do, 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 do. Luck be a lady tonight. Do, 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 do,
Sorry about that.
Oh man, I had Sinatra going and everything.
Listen, it's for me at least, it's about to be daughter get put to bed o'clock.
Oh, I
You
know
got
what
to
that
do
is.
that earlier.
I did. Both of them. I said, bring it on.
Yeah, it's about to be that time of day. So listen, I just want to say thank you to everybody for joining us tonight. I do appreciate it. We were able to at least share our picks tonight and really get into this NIL thing. There's another whole conversation. Sam, how do you feel about the NBA?
The NBA is ruined and it is dying. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. They're dying, man. I don't know.
So you've got an opinion.
Right. I mean, look, I get it. Different strokes for different folks. There are people that really like the game. My brother-in-law loves the NBA. Loves it. God bless him and his Pacers, man. You know, but like just watching how the playoffs work, how these players move around and everything, it's just not sustainable. And you can tell in viewership is just dying. People are not caring anymore.
So would you say that you wouldn't be interested in talking about the NBA trade deadline next week?
No.
I would.
No, thanks. I can sit here and look pretty if you want me to. But you know.
All right. Well, listen, guys. I'll send you guys a DM. The rest of you guys who joined us tonight here on Vinny's Corner, thank you for coming out. We're happy to share our Super Bowl picks with you, and we'll check you out next week. Thanks for checking in at Vinny's Corner.
All right. See you.